Schmack-a-ma-gob! Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind turns 40 years old today as I'm recording this. I found out in the morning, and I made a video right now real quick to put it up today on the 40th anniversary of this awesome album. I love Peace of Mind. I'll never forget when it came out. My friend Kenny had it on cassette, and we would jam out to it constantly over and over and over and over, and this still has aged beautifully. Peace of Mind is definitely up there as my favorite Maiden albums. It just rules, and it was the first time I ever got to see Iron Maiden because they never played South Florida until this tour. And Quiet Riot opened, and oh boy, there was just something about that air in 1983 at a metal concert. Breathing in that air. It was such a glorious time, the glorious 80s, the glorious arena shows. It was just a moment that will never be recaptured. Go see Iron Maiden in arena today, and it's not going to have the same air, power, magic, vibe of the 80s arena shows. You know I'm right. You right there listening, going, damn right, man. And I can notice that some of you hearing this are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, man. You know what it was like being at these shows, at these 80s shows. Come on, man. Subscribe. And here's one of the pictures I took. I was pretty close to this Peace of Mind show. And here's another picture. I didn't take this picture, but this was from the Sportatorium. And how badass is that picture? Alright, so now let's get into the album, where it starts off with a drum roll from their brand new drummer, Nico McBrain. This is the first album without Clive Burr. May he rest in peace. My favorite Maiden drummer. But what a great intro to Where Eagles Dare. And it's awesome opener. It's just cranking. And I love that middle section with a love it. Great opener. Ripping tune, and that's what they opened with when I saw them at the Sportatorium. Alright, next song is called Revelations, and I gotta say, I gotta be honest here, and it's very rare. This is like the exception to the rule, because everything that I love forever. There's very rare songs that I lost my love for through the years, and Revelations one of them. Now, I can't say I hate the song, but man, did I ever love this song back then. It was one of my favorites, and I don't know, through the years it's lost its luster for me. Anyway, whatever. Then the next one is the single, Flight of Icarus, which is all over MTV at the time, and man, I can never get sick of this song. I mean, this may be my favorite off the album. Well, let's keep going to find out. But yeah, I mean, just to stop at this for a second. What a great tune. You know, it's another one of these Iron Maiden Gallop tunes, but it's one of the really awesome Gallop tunes. And I'm so glad they brought it back on the set list, because I understand Steve Harris didn't want to play it anymore because it was their hit in the States. I don't know. That's what I heard, so I don't know how true that is. But either way, they haven't played it forever, and they finally brought it back in the set list, and I saw them play it the last time I saw them, and it was awesome. And this song is awesome. The next song is Die With Your Boots On, which is another killer tune. Now, I could shave off a little bit at the end with Die With Your Boots On, If You're Gonna Die. That's my only minor complaint, but everything else on this song rules. Period. Alright, flip the album over, and it's The Trooper, the other single. And damn, you know, I may like this one more than Flight of Icarus. And it's the one that never leaves the set list, constantly played, and I can never, ever, ever get sick of this song. It's probably my favorite over Flight of Icarus now that I think about it. Never get sick of it. And I'm glad they always keep it on their set list, other than a couple other songs that they should retire. The Trooper should never, ever retire. It's awesome. Alright, the next one is called Still Life, and boy, I love this one too. And I was very disappointed when I saw that tour and they didn't play Still Life, because man, to me, this, and you know, not only for me but for all my friends at the time that were into this new album. Everybody loves Still Life, you know. A lot of them liked it the most, you know. And I loved it. I thought it was I still think it's an awesome, awesome song. And yeah, I never got to see them play this live. And then they played it on that Maiden England Seventh Son video that I saw the Seventh Son tour. They didn't play it that night either. So yeah, I never got to see them play Still Life, which is a bummer. I love this song. All right, next, Quest for Fire. I don't know if any of you heard me talk about this song where last several years, this song came on my iPod Shuffle, and I usually skip it because this song is dumb. But man, I didn't skip it this one day. And it was so awesome and metal. And I know it's cheesy where dinosaurs rule the earth. I know that it's all cheesy, but you know, even the chorus is kind of cheesy. Conquer quest for, but man, that middle section is so metal it hurts. So I'm giving a pass to this whole song because that middle section makes up for it. It's so metal. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the song because they never make it to the middle section. The middle section saves this song. That solo section when the band is like total metal. Yes, Quest for Fire. I love it now. Next one is I always considered the dark horse, Sun and Steel. It's, you know, it's never been played, I don't think, and it's not very talked about much, but man, I love this song. Song is metal as hell, and I just love Bruce's singing on it. I think it's a good, straightforward, kick-ass song. Absolutely love Sun and Steel. And then it ends with, oh man, I mean, looking back on that time I saw Peace of Mind, I think this is the only time they ever played this song was on this tour, To Tame a Land. And I'll never forget like the whole dry ice thing on the stage and then playing the intro to this. It's just downright amazing. It's, yeah, one of my favorites that never gets played anymore. A lot of people are hammering for this and that. Why not To Tame a Lamb? It's an awesome, awesome song, man, and a great ending. But there are a couple B-sides, which is I Got the Fire. It's a Montrose cover, and I like it. I like the Diano live version more, but it's still a good cover and an amazing cover to Cross-Eyed Mary, the Jethro Tull song. And something I didn't mention before, in the beginning of Still Life, there's some talking and backward messaging. That's Nico, and he's saying something, I think, in French, or he's saying something in gibberish, and they just played it backwards. And also, To Tame a Land was supposed to be called Dune, but the dude that was responsible for writing Dune didn't want nothing to do with Iron Maiden, so they had to call it To Tame a Land. So that's it. That is my review. Happiest 40th birthday to Iron Maiden. Peace of Mind. Amazing album. So, everybody out there, if you like donate, I got a PayPal in the description below, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And click that little notification bell, and please like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. And if you can stay frosty, I'd really appreciate that. And also, listen to Black Sabbath. And Up the Irons! Schmack 'em a gob! Before we get canceled, check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast with me and Wattzilla. We are the Podcast Kings. Link to the podcast is in the description below, and also a link to the YouTube page. Check out older episodes with visuals. And very soon, either Ian and I will learn how to go on YouTube Live. Might be soon. So check out the greatest podcast ever according to science.com. It's also God's favorite podcast and Satan's favorite podcast as well. So check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast before we get canceled.